couple of weeks ago, I was asked to share a little bit of my testimony as it relates to ministry on the Speaking for Him podcast. Some friends of mine do. And I recorded it. It was good. It was long. And I mentioned that I was going to drop names of people that have been influential in my life and things. And I started at a certain point telling the story. And there was one name that I did not drop. And with part 2 of the podcast dropping tomorrow, I wanted to just let you know that name that I didn't mention and just some things about this individual. And that person is Pastor Bob. And Pastor Bob passed away in February, and he was such a big influence on my life. I could talk for quite a bit about funny personal stories, inside stories, jokes about his shotguns and things like that, and so many other things. But I just, in thinking about him and just the impact he's had on me, I wanted to share 4 things, 3 specific times and 1 general thing from his life. One of the specific times was a couple of times. It was camps, different camps that he would be there as a senior pastor, but also being with the kids, counseling, having a good time, monitoring us so that we didn't do anything too crazy. And he was it was so great and so fun. And I think of just me, Michael, and Harry having conversations with him, both from goofy to serious, and just spending time with them was just was a privilege. Another time was at Tri-State East Liverpool Campground. I was debating whether to go to the Dominican Republic to teach or not. And there was, during the service, they had an altar call, and I went up and just was praying for wisdom about what to do. And I remember Pastor Bob coming up and on the other side of the altar, kneeling there with me and praying with me. And I remember it clearly. I remember it clearly because I was kneeling there and I was just praying with clenched fist. And at one point, he just said, "It looks like you're holding on to just everything and not letting God do what he wants to do." And I remember him telling me just to open up my hands, and just in the sense of praying and that physical act of opening up my hands and just continuing to pray was such a blessing and an encouraging word to me at that time. Little did we know at that time that I would commit to going down for 1 year to the Dominican Republic and stay there for 8 and meet my wife there and just have so many different ministry memories and things like that. But Pastor Bob was a big part of that and in encouraging that. The third specific time was the night that my dad passed away. And Pastor Bob he was in our living room with us, praying, which was important and very thankful for that. But I would tell you, even more than anything specific that he did, like a specific thing he said or a specific thing he did, was just the fact that he was there. It was such an encouragement to me and my mom and sister. And yeah. So I think about that. Times at summer camp, times at family camp, times at the heart, one of the hardest and deepest, darkest times. Pastor Bob was there encouraging us and just helping us as a family. The general thing is just so many times of him loving and caring for me, for other people. I'm telling you what, he was a big man. He was tall. He was just, when he hugged you, you knew he was hugging you. But he was so kind and loving, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for him. And as I thought about dropping names in ministry, influences and things like that, I wanted to share about him. In one sense, it was hard to share with him about him on the podcast, just with getting emotional, even like this now. But I wanted to take time to just let you guys know how much he means to me, to my family, and to so many other people. And I'm thankful for just the chance that I've had to know and be prayed for, and have him pray with me, and just encourage and love on and care for people. I'm thankful for the way that I've gotten to be part of his family and his family part of ours. And I know with people moving away and us moving away and things like that, it's not the same as it was. But there are just so many awesome, amazing memories of an awesome, amazing guy, but even more of the awesome God that worked through him. So I'm so thankful for Pastor Bob.